Today, a television can be thinner than your finger, but the first screen was a spinning disc full of holes. In 1884, Paul Nipkow patented the Nipkow Disk, a spiral of holes rotated before a light sensor. Each hole scanned one line of an image. A complete television system did not exist yet. Then came the first real breakthrough. By 1926, John Logie Baird turned that idea into a working televisor. Spinning discs operated inside both camera and receiver. Their movement had to remain synchronized. During his public demonstration, viewers saw a recognizable moving face. In 1929, mechanical television began entering private homes. Buyers could obtain a Baird televisor receiver. It connected to a radio set carrying the video signal. The tiny picture looked orange, dim, and unsteady. In 1934, Telefunken demonstrated a commercial electronic CRT television. No scanning disc was needed before the screen. An electron beam swept across phosphor inside a glass tube. The phosphor glowed point by point. In 1936, the Marconi-EMI system opened a new era. The BBC began regular electronic broadcasts from Alexandra Palace. Its cameras produced 405 lines, then described as high definition. Baird's mechanical system operated alongside it for several months. In 1939, the RCAT RK-12 introduced television to mass America. David Sarnoff presented the new industry at the New York World's Fair. Its 12-inch CRT stood vertically inside the cabinet. A mirror in the lid reflected the picture toward viewers. After the war, the RCA 630-TS arrived in 1946. Its 10-inch screen displayed the 525-line standard clearly. The circuit design proved so successful that many manufacturers copied it. Collectors call it television's Ford Model T. By 1948, Bakelite tabletop sets reduced manufacturing costs. Their cabinets could be molded from plastic instead of assembled from wood. Televisions became lighter and more affordable. American television ownership began rising at extraordinary speed. By 1950, television had claimed the living room. Large black and white consoles resembled wooden cabinets. They contained the CRT, vacuum tube electronics, speaker, and sometimes a radio or record player. Heavy furniture concealed even heavier technology. In 1951, porthole televisions became a familiar design. Early CRT bulbs were easier to manufacture with rounded faces. Their visible pictures therefore had curved edges. Decorative masks sometimes created a rectangular opening. By 1953, more compact tabletop televisions were appearing. Metal and plastic cabinets saved valuable space. A carrying handle promised movement between rooms. However, the CRT, transformer, and vacuum tubes remained heavy. In 1954, RCA released the CT100. It became one of the first widely sold NTSC color televisions. 3 beams created red, green, and blue. Together, they formed a full-color picture. During the mid-1950s, viewers finally stopped leaving the sofa. Eugene Pauly's Flashmatic aimed light at sensors near the screen corners. Sunlight could sometimes change channels accidentally. Zenith answered in 1956 with Robert Adler's Space Command. Each button produced a sound humans could not hear. The television recognized it without using batteries. In 1958, the Philco Predicta separated its CRT from the heavy cabinet. The screen stood on a narrow support and could swivel. Electronics remained inside a separate base. A cable connected both sections. In 1960, the Sony TV8-301 replaced bulky hot tubes with much smaller electronic parts. The set became more compact, reliable, and efficient. The 8-inch television used household power, a car supply, or batteries, but the heavy glass picture tube was still inside. The Micro TV TV5-303 used a 5-inch screen. Engineers had to shrink the CRT and develop more precise transistors. It weighed about 3.7 kilograms. By 1965, the color console had become a status symbol. The same broadcast still worked on older black and white sets. Inside color televisions, 3 colors had to line up perfectly. In 1968, Sony introduced Trinitron. Its new screen structure let more light reach the viewer. The picture looked brighter, richer, and sharper. In 1970, the JVC Videosphere turned television into a space helmet. Its spherical cabinet allowed the screen to rotate on a stand. A conventional small CRT still operated inside, but designers no longer hid technology inside wooden furniture. In 1972, Panasonic continued the idea with another spherical set. Its white cabinet rested on a chrome pedestal. Viewers could tilt the screen toward themselves. The form appeared almost weightless, although heavy glass and a transformer remained inside. By 1975, the family console had become enormous again. Wood grain finishes helped it blend into home furniture. Channels were selected through a mechanical rotary tuner. Turning the dial physically switched the television to another channel. In 1978, Trinitron technology expanded into large console sets. Its bright aperture grille now served the entire family, but a larger CRT required much thicker glass. As screens grew wider, cabinets became deeper and heavier. By 1980, the infrared remote was becoming standard. The remote sent invisible light signals. The television understood which button the viewer pressed. Unlike ultrasonic systems, infrared could support many different functions. In 1982, the Sony Watchman placed television almost inside a pocket. The FD210 used a miniature flat CRT. The beam traveled from the side, allowing a much thinner body. By 1985, portable color televisions resembled small boom boxes. A handle, telescopic antenna, and battery compartment promised mobility. The color picture tube still needed lots of space. Even small televisions remained thick. In 1989, large black CRT sets replaced wood grain cabinets. Electronics could now draw menus directly over the picture. A tiny computer inside remembered channels and settings. Screens became wider and their corners looked squarer. In 1990, early consumer 16:9 CRT televisions arrived. Their wide screens better matched cinema and future high-definition broadcasts. Expanding an evacuated tube was extremely difficult. The wider the screen became, the heavier and deeper the television grew. By 1993, rear projection offered a truly large picture. 3 small projectors created red, green, and blue pictures. A mirror combined them on one large screen. In 1995, direct-view CRTs approached their practical size limit. The huge glass tube had to be extremely strong. That made the screen incredibly thick and heavy. Some widescreen models weighed well above 100 kilograms. In 1997, plasma panels revealed a genuinely flat future. Fujitsu released one of the first commercial 42-inch full-color plasma displays. Every picture point was a tiny gas-filled cell. Electricity made it glow in the needed color. In 1998, Sony WEGA attempted to perfect the CRT. Its screen appeared visually flat, and picture geometry improved. Yet the electron beam still emerged from a deep tube neck. Correcting its path across a flat face required complex magnetic systems. By 2003, widescreen LCD televisions were displacing CRTs. Lamps shone from behind, while liquid crystals controlled that light. Color filters turned it into a picture. In 2006, slim plasma became the premium home cinema display. Each pixel produced its own light, giving motion a smooth appearance. Black levels exceeded many contemporary LCDs. Panels could hang directly on walls. By 2008, LCD televisions adopted LED backlights. The screen was still LCD. Small LEDs simply replaced the older backlight lamps. They reduced thickness and power use. In 2010, television connected directly to the internet. Smart TVs gained network ports, Wi-Fi, processors, and applications. Video no longer needed an antenna or cable channel. Movies and shows now arrived directly through the internet. In 2011, the industry tried making 3D television a household standard. The glasses rapidly changed the image for each eye. The brain combined both views and created depth. In 2012, the transition toward 4K Ultra HD began. The screen showed 4 times more detail than full HD. Fine detail became clearer on large screens. In 2013, LG brought OLED technology to large consumer televisions. Every picture point produced its own light. No separate lamp was needed behind the screen. A black pixel simply turned off, producing nearly infinite contrast. In 2014, manufacturers curved OLED panels toward viewers. They claimed the shape increased immersion. Flexible organic layers genuinely allowed this form. However, the strongest effect appeared only from the central seat. By 2015, quantum dots greatly improved LCD technology. Tiny particles turned the backlight into cleaner red and green colors. This increased brightness and expanded the color range. In 2017, Samsung's The Frame disguised television as wall art. In standby, the panel displayed paintings or photographs. Sensors adjusted brightness to match the surrounding room. A slim mount and replaceable bezels strengthened the illusion. By 2019, commercial 8K televisions had arrived. 8K showed 4 times more detail than 4K. Fine edges looked remarkably smooth on enormous screens. In 2020, LG began selling the rollable OLED RX. Its flexible panel rose from a long cabinet. When switched off, it wrapped around a cylinder inside. OLED enables this because it needs no rigid backlight. In 2021, Micro LED transformed the screen into a modular wall. Every tiny picture point produced its own light. The screen could be assembled from separate blocks at almost any size. Modules joined together with almost invisible seams. In 2022, QD-OLED combined 2 advanced display systems. OLED created the light, while quantum dots made colors cleaner and brighter. Less light was wasted. In 2023, LG's M series removed signal cables from the panel. A separate Zero Connect box accepted HDMI devices. It transmitted 4K video and audio wirelessly to the television. The screen still required a power cable. In 2024, the LG signature OLED-T made television transparent. The picture points need no solid lamp behind them. When those pixels turn off, viewers can see through the panel. A black shade rises behind it for conventional movies. In 2025, RGB Mini LED pushed LCD backlighting further. Red, green, and blue mini lights illuminate separate areas. The picture becomes brighter, with less glow around bright objects. In 2026, the expected LG OLED G6 shows where OLED is heading. Several glowing layers could make the screen brighter, longer lasting, and richer in color. By 2030, transparent screens may become ordinary parts of furniture, shop windows, and architecture. The picture will appear only where needed. The rest of a window or piece of furniture will remain clear. Which television surprised you most? Write its year in the comments. And subscribe, more incredible scales, technologies, and evolutions are coming next.